Hey everyone, welcome to another Explorer and Pioneer video here on Magic Arena. Smash that subscribe button if you haven't already, appreciate the support. And today we are running some mono white tokens, so this will bear quite a lot of similarities to the Boros token standard deck that I played a few days ago, but obviously the expanded card pool of Pioneer gives us access to some more powerful stuff, so we've moved into mono white. We obviously also have Yorion, so this is an 80 card deck. A lot of decks are running Yorion at the moment as one of the few surviving playable companions in the format. It does seem to be getting a lot of love. I imagine this is there's only a matter of time before it disappears from the format, but in the meantime we may as well make the most of it. Obviously, a deck like this, being a tokens deck, has lots of ETB triggers, which we can kind of make the most of with Yorion. And we're also running the a couple of the same new cards that we did in the standard deck. So we've got Elspeth, which is obviously a great tokens plane-related planeswalker, doubles the number of tokens that are created whenever you create them. 5 loyalty planeswalker, +1 creates 2 tokens. 0 gives all of your creatures flying and +1/+1 counters. And then -3 is a removal spell as well. We've also got United Battlefront, 4 mana sorcery, sort of pseudo collected company, except it targets non-creature, non-land permanents. So you're kind of looking at our various enchantments and other things to kind of get with that. So yeah, those are our kind of new cards in the main deck, and then just running through the rest of it. So we've got a large number of kind of token creators. So the Thraben Inspector and the Novice Inspector, Carrot Cake, surprisingly good card actually I found for a common when I was playing it in the standard deck. It does a lot of work. Birth of Meletus does a similar kind of thing, creating tokens. Caretaker's Talent doesn't create tokens itself, but is kind of the turns them into a card draw engine. Wedding Announcement is another good one. And then so yeah, we've got a lot of token generators, as I say, with the Wandering Emperor as well. Beza can potentially do that as well. And then if we're doubling with Elspeth, generally having an unanswered Elspeth on the board very quickly wins you the game. I've found that it's pretty hard for the opponent to overcome that when it's getting so much value. Then we've got some interaction as well. So a couple of laydown arms, being mono white, high number of planes, gives us access to this good 1 mana removal spell. Portable Hole, early exile removal, Get Lost and Ossification, so some pretty cheap, pretty kind of universal answers. I mean, Get Lost can get creatures, enchantments, and planeswalkers. Ossification can get creatures and planeswalkers, so a lot of the best cards in the format answered by that. Iron Crag, just for a little bit of ramp and potentially an equipment that we can stick on our Beza or our Yorion as well. Perilous Snare, also removal, kind of the Oblivion Ring style effect, but also with a max speed clause that lets us potentially start putting counters on things. Enduring Innocence, so just another card draw engine at 3 mana to go along with Caretaker's Talent. Obviously this triggers once a turn if a creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, and then it comes back if it dies as well, which is pretty good. And then yeah, we are running 1 copy of Day of Judgment in the main deck, just in case we need that kind of early sweeper to kind of clear the board, and then kind of sweeping the board and then ticking up Elspeth is a pretty neat little interaction that lets you kind of really get ahead on the board once it's been wiped clean. So yeah, in the mana base, obviously a lot of planes. We've got a couple of Castle Arden Vales for additional token generation, and Iganjo as well. Fountain Port can also create tokens as well, obviously. Field of Ruin, just as kind of targeting those problematic lands. We've got 3 Nykthoses. We are likely to have a fair amount of white devotion, so sometimes Nykthos is going to be pretty good. Sunken Citadel, always on white, obviously, and then a Mutavault for some additional creature action as well. Then in the sideboard, obviously 1 slot is taken up by Yorion. Grafdigger's Cage for shutting down cards like Collected Company and those kind of Reanimator style decks. Destroy Evil, a lot of good enchantments and big creatures in the format. High Noon, shutting down those decks which are trying to cast lots of spells in 1 turn. Obviously also fetchable off United Battlefront, as is Rest in Peace, as our Graveyard Hate. Sunder the Gateway, so again this is enchantment and Artifact Hate, but also Incubate as well. Voice of Victory. So this is another new card that we have put in the sideboard. I'm interested in this one because Grand Abolisher, which does a similar kind of thing as a 2/2, doesn't see a huge amount of play, but this one obviously has Mobilize, so it is a token generator by itself, and in a deck like this, we'll see if that's kind of enough. Another couple of Bazers. This is a really important anti-aggro card. And then 2 Sunfalls as well, as I pointed out, and as we saw in the standard Boros deck. Sunfall with Elspeth is particularly nice interaction because you get 2 of the Incubate tokens, and if you're wiping away, as well as your opponent's creatures, 3 or 4 of your own tokens, then that's going to be a pretty big couple of creatures, and the opponent suddenly has no answers on the board. So yeah, that's a neat little play as well as being a very powerful sweeper. So yeah, mono white tokens. I'm looking forward to this. Yeah, that kind of expanded card pool, as I said, in Pioneer gives us access to some powerful stuff over and above what we could do in Standard. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and let's go on to the ladder. Our opponent is also virtuous, so that's nice. Their avatar is Ulamog. Does he count as virtuous? I suppose they're more amoral, aren't they? The Eldrazi. They don't really have a morality. Just kind of do their thing. Philosophy brought to you by Nick Buck. Yeah, this is a pretty reasonable opening hand. Birth of Meletus gets us some additional lands. The opponent's on a heavy mulligan, so that's good. Okay, very heavy. They're going to 4 by the look of it. Okay, it's fine, so we'll just start with the Sunken Citadel. Right, well, not hugely worried about this then. I wonder what they're trying to do. So we're playing Enduring Innocence. Okay, so it's the Sultai deck. Dredge is inside. Okay, so they're... What are they doing? Okay, they are a literal Dredge deck. Fine. Okay, well, this exile-based removal is going to be quite good then. Okay, so we're a little short of mana here, but... So I think let's just get another Innocence into play. That increases our devotion. Gives us some cards. Okay, Wedding Announcement's good. So yeah, they're going to bring back Bloodghast here, which will let them bring back Amalgam. And another Dredge is in sight. Okay, that's tasty. How does this do again? Okay, you need to gain life for that to work. Fine. Which, actually, I think they have gained 3 life, so that will come back. Yeah, so they're off to a good start here, and there's a Creeping Chill as well. Now I've got a decent amount of life, at least. So have they. Okay. So how much mana have we got? We have got quite a lot. So I could cast Birth of Meletus first. Yeah, let's do it this way. Let's get another Plains. Then we can fire off. So 6 white mana allows us to lay down arms. Which one should we get rid of? I think the Amalgam. Then let's put Elspeth into play. And ossification's pretty good as well. I don't think we need to attack here. We can just hold back for the time being. Okay, they are dredging hard. That's fine. So they get a spirit out of that and gain some life. Okay, I'll trade with these two. I'll let them do 1 damage to Elspeth. Get the ghouls back. Okay, so I get my cards off Innocence. Caretaker's Talent's a fun one. Okay, let's tick up Elspeth again. Start with ossification. Take out one of these silver motes. I think 8 white mana to cast United Battlefront. Okay, 2 portable holes is good. So let's get rid of their Stitcher's Supplier, and also one of their Dredge's Insights. So we've still got 4 mana to play with, which I think we can get a wedding announcement down. And also a Caretaker's Talent. And we'll pass the turn again. We get a card. So we're definitely outvaluing them here. I think they are going to struggle. I wonder if they're playing the new Sultai dragon that triggers, gives you a treasure every time a card leaves your graveyard. I think that card's great, actually. I think someone's going to break that one at some point. Hardcast Narcomoeba. Fair enough. So Elspeth takes 1, which is not that scary. Base is pretty good. So if I cast Baser, we just get the life. It's kind of mid. Alright, let's... How are we going to do this? So many good options. Tell you what, okay, let's start by leveling up Caretaker's Talent. We'll copy our token. That gives us 3 cards. And another Battlefront. Okay. I like Field of Ruin. So we'll add 11 white mana. Cast United Battlefront. Grab another portable hole, that's fine. We'll get rid of Bloodghast this time. 7 mana to play with, so yep, we'll get Baser down. The Birth of Meletus. Carrot Cake. Threeben Inspector. Also play the Iron Crag. Okay. I didn't even get... I was good. Okay, what I would have done there is zeroed Elspeth and started attacking. For those who are interested in such things. Okay, so we obviously want Rest in Peace and we want Grafdigger's Cage. I think Sunder the Gateway is fine, as is Destroy Evil. Actually, no, I don't want Destroy Evil there. Dredge's Insights are not that good, but I'm worried about it that much, but I do want Sunfall. It's a better sweeper than Day of Judgment. I don't need Baser in this matchup either. All of our exile-based removal is great, obviously. What am I less fussed about? Don't want Get Lost. That's not exile-based. Maybe I'll trim the Iron Crag as well. It doesn't have any of our graveyard hate, but it has some exile-based removal, has a Birth of Meletus, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I think this is fine. Okay, that's pretty good turn one. And a pretty good turn two as well. Okay, those Bloodghasts are going to be coming back pretty quickly. Meletus or Carrot Cake? Let's have a look at the top of our library, I think. I don't want another Plains, because I've got a Plains to get with this. I don't think we have the endless ability to outgrind them here, because I think our card advantage is just so good in this deck, but they've had a good start, for sure, and they'll get 2 Bloodghasts back. I don't think I'm yet at the point where I need to ossify anything, so we'll just cast Birth of Meletus, grab a Plains, put Sunken Citadel into play, pass the turn again. Yeah, back comes the Haunted Dead. I'll trade for one of them. Okay, Enduring Innocence is quite good. Can't do all of the things I want to, unfortunately. So if I Innocence, I will have to. I won't be able to do anything else this turn. But then if I've already used the Carrot Cake, I mean, I'm not under a huge amount of pressure, I suppose. Yeah, let's just get Innocence into play. Pass the turn again. Is this 2 cards? 2 cards. Okay, so they can bring one of these back. But that will empty their hand. Okay, so that comes back as an enchantment. And they get Bloodghast Pack, which will trigger their prized amalgam, which I might want, which may be the thing I want to ossify, as it is a 3/3. No dice. Oof. Okay, so those will come back at the end of my turn. Yeah, that's a problem. That is a problem. Okay. So... Well... I think we need to get rid of one of these. Let's get the other carrot cake into play. Yeah, lay down arms is okay. So I could use this and just get rid of one of their Bloodghasts now. I think that's fine, let's do that. Okay, so we kept their board slightly under control. Obviously what we're really hoping for is just Sunfall or something. They are beginning to overwhelm us a little. Am I going to put a stop on my upkeep for carrot cake? I don't think I need to yet. Okay, block here. Take the rest? Yeah. Okay. So I'll play that. Let's fire off the carrot cake now, because then we get the trigger. Don't want another planes. Carrot cake number 1,000,000. Nope. We'll just keep passing the turn and hoping. Okay, that's another creature that's going to come back. And a prized amalgam. The opponent's on 40 life. But yeah, one Sunfall and suddenly the whole game is very different, so... I don't think we need to quite despair just yet, as much as this is proving to be a bit of a grind. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, we'll sack our carrot cake. Okay. I'm glad I drew Elspeth before they were able to they haven't played a... Have they played a land? Yeah, they have played a land this turn. Okay, so I will send one of their Bloodghasts to the graveyard. Maybe chump this other amalgam and take the rest. Yep. Oh, hello. Thanks for coming. So I mean, I may as well play that. How much mana have I got? Quite a lot. So, yeah. Play Cage. Play Elspeth. Tick her up. Play Carrot Cake. Yeah. Caretaker's Talent is fine for additional card draw. Pass the turn. And now we have enough creatures, I think, to hold them off. Yeah, they do have some flyers, so they will be able to chip away at Elspeth. But once their creatures die now, they're not coming back. So it's good, isn't it? Okay. Block. 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 Double block. Chump. What's this? Despair, which is... Okay, well, I don't really have that many cards in my hand, so that's not too bad. Okay, that life gain has been quite helpful. So yeah, I'll play Caretaker's Talent. Let's copy our wall, I think. Okay. Nope, they've given up. Good, yeah, no, once the cage came down, I think we're pretty much in the driving seat there. Yep, this seems pretty good. Okay, the opponent's on a mono green. I think, sadly, we do want rid of that, and I can't do it in a way that also allows me to cast the Iron Crag, so we'll just get rid of it. Nykthos there, well, that's pretty good. Well, I have one of my own. It's not quite as impressive at this point. Play the Iron Crag. I do have Day of Judgment, though, if I need it. So they've got 5 devotion. Okay, Cura is at least... Well, I mean, actually, Cura is much worse, isn't it? Because... Blech. Well, that's pretty good. What's that? 1,000,000 cards? Nykthos on 10 devotion. Yeah, this one's going to be over in pretty short order. What's this? Turn 3? So if I Day of Judgment, they can just get back a Storm the Festival. Do you know what? I don't think we need to stick around for this. Okay, so... Mono green. So we want Sunfall. Destroy evil. Do I want Baser as well? Probably not. Hmm. It's not really doing it for us here. Probably the births. This feels like a very weak matchup for this deck, to be honest. I feel like mono green can pretty much go over the top of this deck every time, but let's see. No. No white mana. It's not also not good enough. Okay. So we'll put back Field of Ruin and Plains. We've got Leyline again. And Elf. Okay. And Perilous Snare can get rid of their Leyline, I suppose. So I think we should do that now. They're going to have the Outcaster potentially into something like Cavalier turn. Okay, Troll is also pretty good. I mean, the opponent has had incredibly good draws in both of these games as well, so not sure we should necessarily chalk this up as, like, entirely representative, but yeah, okay. No, well, that was pretty embarrassing. We like carrots, we like talents, we like announcements. We're wedding where we will serve carrot cake. Okay, so we don't necessarily need Meletus now, so let's just take a look at the top of our library. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Some removal. Okay, the opponent's on a Greasefang deck. Okay, they may have turn 3 the nuts. Not sure there's much we can do about that if they do. Perilous Snare isn't doing it for us right now, so I think we're just going to have to prepare for trying to rebuild afterwards. Yep, here he is. Okay, so we're probably dead. So block here, take 13. Yep, okay. So, rest in peace. Creature cards in graveyards. Okay, so that doesn't affect vehicles. This is sorcery speed artifact destruction, which isn't great. Okay, so I think we just need to. Yeah, we're kind of relying on our rests in peace here. And I think we can take out probably some of our sorcery speed. Let's take out Laydown. No, actually, let's not. Let's take out Perilous Snare. It's too expensive. Okay, this has instant speed interaction with Greasefang, so it's therefore a snap keep. Even though it doesn't sadly have any graveyard hate, but we're not running a huge amount of it. I think we have to be realistic about that. 2 cards in 80 is probably not worth mulliganing trying to find. Okay, we like them not having Thoughtseize, so I'll play the Iron Crag. That'll allow us to still cast a spell and hold up Get Lost next turn, depending on what they do. Okay, that's not Parhelion. We like to see that. So we'll get Caretaker's Talent down and Portable Hold their Raider. Annex, eh? What do I want to get lost that? I don't. Not really having. Leaving us without an instant speed answer to Greasefang feels weak, but then we're just still storing up problems for ourselves if we don't. So I don't think they can get Parhelion in the graveyard and Greasefang next turn, so I think the shields are down for us to fire off another Caretaker's Talent. Okay, they've kind of transformed into a demon deck, which is fun for them, isn't it? Okay, well, we'll pass the turn with Wandering Emperor available. Raider. Discarding Parhelion. And there's Greasefang. Okay. So we'll get lost Greasefang. Then we'll play the Wandering Emperor.
Run away. You'll be safer. You're done.
Okay, so we'll copy our wall, draw a couple of cards. That's not the graveyard hate I was hoping for.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Yeah, we'll keep doing this. Oh, no, that's legendary. And then I think we're just hoping they don't have another Greasefang. They're unlocking the chamber. That's good. That's probably actually a good sign. Yep. Okay, I like that. Basically gives me a free turn to find something. Nick Nykthos, not bad. Okay, well, let's start by making a Samurai, which will trigger our various card draw cards.
To me.
Oh, thank God. Right. Well, that's something. So we'll get Rest in Peace into play. What next? Okay, let's add 8 mana. Put Yorion in our hands. We'll attach the Iron Crag to it. Bounce, bounce, bounce. I think that's fine. Although, technically, if I bounce this, I get another new trigger from it. So actually, let's bounce that too. Let's stop our end step.
For this?
Yeah, then I can equip that to that. So it becomes a 7/8, which is big enough to tangle with their demon. Then I can
I'm home.
do some more card draw.
Protect the people.
Okay. If I durdle for long enough, they'll just give up. Okay, that felt difficult. Maybe I do want Destroy Evil, actually, because it is an answer to Parhelion after they've crewed it. So it does buy us a turn, even though it can't hit Greasefang itself. Yeah, let's put that in. Because then at least I might be able to hit Greasefang with some of my sorcery speed-based removal. I'm going to take out this other Baser and also Day of Judgment. And the opponent's kept 7. Okay, well, if we had Mulligan for Rest in Peace there, we would have just lost it anyway, so... Thinking hard. Well, I wonder what I would take here. Well, I don't know their hand, obviously, but, I don't know, Carrot Cake, maybe? Or you just go for... Depending, you know, if they think they can go off on turn 3, this hand is very unthreatening to them. So let's see. Depending on what they take, I think it might give us an answer as to what they think they can do. Because if they think they're going to need a longer game, they'll take one of these two. Yeah, I would have thought that wasn't particularly threatening to them, but I don't know what else they've got, so... Well, it's not looking good. But I think we... The trouble is, like, if an opponent has turned to FOMO, if they have Thoughtseize into FOMO into Greasefang, there's not a huge amount that anyone can do about it, so I'm not going to worry too much. Okay, they don't, so that's something. 2 Parhelions. And, okay, so they have either drawn or didn't. Yeah, they may have not had white mana until they drew that card. So I could lay down arms one of their creatures, which I think is fine. Because again, it's sorcery speed, so it's not going to be an answer to Greasefang. Yeah, okay. No, fair enough. Yeah, you can't... There's nothing you can really do against that kind of draw. Interesting. Interesting. How did that do? Not great. Not terribly. Oh well, let's open a couple of packs. Okay, we like Shiko. That's probably I think that's doing some waves in standard at the moment. Warden of the Grove, High Noon. Yeah, there's some spicy stuff in here. Magmatic Hellkite is probably going to be pretty good. So yeah, that did... for kind of mixed record there. I got absolutely run over by Mono Green. Had struggled against Greasefang a little. So much of its removal is sorcery speed is the problem, which is kind of a problem with white in general, I suppose. Yeah, maybe you need more Get Losts just for needing that instant speed interaction. Early instant speed interaction. So yeah, maybe you trim. Maybe you go up to 4 Get Losts and trim maybe Perilous Snare or something like that. 3 mana doesn't feel particularly great. Yeah, that would probably be one change I'd make to this deck straight away. Yeah, I mean, once Elspeth gets going, obviously it's very powerful, but unfortunately in those last 2 matches we were against decks which just kind of run you over before you can get that far. Yeah, a bit of a mixed record, but interesting nonetheless. Obviously a very powerful card. Perhaps needs building around a little more. But yeah, no, interesting deck. So yeah, here it is one more time, and the deck list is in the comments as usual if you want to look at it in more detail. So thank you very much for watching. Hit those like and subscribe buttons if you haven't already, and I'll see you next time.